Hey, what's going on, everybody? Uh, Today we are in beautiful Casablanca in Morocco, and we're going to be flying to Madrid. Let's take a look outside really quick. So let me show you the airport out here. So as you can see, we're flying British Airways, jolly good, and we're on our way to Spain. So um, without further ado. Um, Let's go ahead and start getting this plane ready for action. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and turn these battery switches on. Okay, external power on. I love that sound. Overhead lighting on. Hope you guys are doing well today. Seatbelt lights are on, nav and logo lights on, no smoking signs auto. Cruise supply on. Okay. Deers 1, 2, and 3. Fuel pumps on. Okay. So, hopefully we can get this fly pad working. Come on, fly pad. There you go. Okay, we're probably going to get a message on the eCam in just a second, letting us know we need to run the APU fire test. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that's enough of that. Alright, so this fault should clear on the eCam. Okay, it did. Alright. So, Phoenix, import our flight plan. Okay. So as you can see, Morocco to Spain, Mohammed V to Madrid. We're going to send some data, boarding and refueling.
Boarding requested.
Okay, we're gonna go to AOC menu, flight init, and voila. I'll put in some details. And today we're going to init, let's see, GMMN to LEMD. Okay. Flight number, we're British Airways today, 4811. And our cost index is 5. And our cruise is all the way up at 38,000 feet. Why not? And for flight plan, we don't really know our departure yet. 35 right. You know, we're just gonna put something in at the moment because we just don't know yet. It just has not been, computer hasn't been very clear with us yet. Okay, let's see if the fuel truck has gotten here. Okay, so they want to do luggage before refueling. That's fine. No problem. Okay. You know what? Because we don't know our departure yet, I think it's good for me to just go ahead and call in for clearance. So let's call in to ground 130.6. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and call into Casablanca ground, and because we are not in the US, we're just gonna do this verbally. So I'm gonna say, okay, we're
10 Agent 25 Kilo, contact Casablanca departure on frequency 119.9, bye bye.
119.9, bye bye.
Okay, so let's see. So we're ground. We're gonna when we call in, we're gonna say ground Speedbird 4811 Airbus A320 at stand. I'm gonna have to check the radar to even see what stand we're at. I believe we're at stand 64, but I have to double check that. Okay, let's see where it stands. Bravo 9. Bravo 9er. Information Echo, QNH. Okay, what's our QNH today? Alright, well, 1017. Requests IFR to Madrid. Okay. We don't know our departure, so it's important that we go ahead and call in. Okay. 130.6. Yep, that's us. Okay. So let me go ahead and put in the correct QNH. Alright, we're gonna call in and ask for clearance. Let me make sure I got the name of the airport right. I think this is Mohammed V. Okay. Mohammed V ground, hello, this is Speedbird 4811 Airbus A320 at stand Bravo 9er. We have information Echo on board, QNH 1017, request IFR clearance to Madrid. Let me make sure I'm still connected to vPilot. Yep. Mohammed V ground, hello, this is Speedbird 4811 Airbus A320 at stand Bravo 9er. We have information Echo on board, QNH 1017, request IFR clearance to Madrid.
Speedbird 4811, Mohammed 5th ground, very good evening, stand by, I have a slight reroute for you, call you back shortly.
Wilco, Speedbird 4811. Alright, so he's gonna have to give us a reroute. I'm not surprised, because when I printed out the flight plan, I could tell that the departure was a little bit confusing.
Speedbird 4811, I have your clearance, advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, Speedbird 4811.
Speedbird 4811, your setup is approved, cleared Madrid Barajas on the Toll Z, 1 Delta departure, that's Tango Oscar Lima Sierra India, 1 Delta, to waypoint Toll Z, to join Uniform Golf 5 Airway to Coris, Kilo Oscar Romeo India Sierra, then Lima 27 Airway to Victor Juliet Fox, then as filed. Additional climb is flight level 050 and squawk is 6456.
Cleared to Madrid via the Tulsi 1 Delta departure and and then after that to Chorus, Kilo Oscar Romeo India Sierra. Initial altitude, flight level 050, squawk 6056 for Speedbird 4811.
Spirit 4811, almost correct. So the squawk is 6456, and just verify that after Tulsi you join Uniform Golf 5 airway to Coris.
Sorry, squawk 6456, and after the Tulsi 1 Delta, we've joined the Uniform Golf 5 airway to Kobe and Speedbird 4811.
Spirit 4811, that's all correct. The report ready for taxi. Expect runway 35 right.
Report when ready for taxi. Expect runway 35 right. Speedbird 4811. Okay, so that was probably the most complex interaction I've had with ground in a long time, but why not? Josh17 says hello. Hello to you. Hello to you, Josh. Good to see you.
Change your airplane fuel system to set the desired
Okay, so obviously we're gonna have to put in some stuff here. So again, 35 right. That's correct, but the departure is gonna have to be Tulsi 1 Delta, and there is no transition on that. And also, oh man. Man, this is gonna be a mess. Alright, anyway, MCDU menu, I'm gonna go config fuel. It's gonna go ahead and let that tick up. So we're gonna have to figure out our flight plan, because this is the first time I've ever seen this, but this guy has given us a he's given us a major reroute, not just a different departure, but just a completely different setup, to be honest. Okay, so he says that after Tulsi, we're gonna be on our way to Chorus. Okay. Alright, well, that's fascinating. So after okay, well, in that case, this is going to be interesting. Alright, so Tulsi and then Chorus. Uniform Golf Sierra. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Dandalo 13 question رمك 182 request stand echo 1.
Hola, Mach 182, negative. You can taxi to stand Kilo 1 actually, straight ahead on Mike.
Kilo 1, I'm the king. I am Mike 182.
Okay, and then after SVL, sorry, I'm going over my waypoints because otherwise this is just going to be a mess. So, because we got to reroute, so having to make sure I've got all this right. Over Europe, everything is more complicated. I have to give the US credit for the fact that in the US, a lot of these routes are just not as strange as the ones you'll find over Europe, but that's fine. Okay, so that's that. Now we get to put in this incredibly strange flight plan that we've been given. So chorus after our departure. Okay. So, alright, chorus, and after chorus, just got a few things. Sulim. Okay, and after Xulum we got Victor, Juliet, Foxtrot. Then after that we've got Sierra, Victor, Lima, which is Seville, basically. You just fly over the city of Seville in Spain. And then we have HIJ. At least it's alphabetical. And this HIJ is frequency 114.7, and then after that, Parka. Okay, and this one is only 358 miles away. Alright, so now it's really just a matter of putting in our arrival. It looks like we're going to be coming in at 32 right later today on Zulu, and that it'll be the SO2 for Charlie. Okay. Alright, so sorry it took a while to plan all that. It's just, I can tell this flight plan is incredibly complicated, so trying to make sure that that's inputted correctly. Okay. At least there's an ILS, right? So now that we've done that, we're gonna go init and send some more data here again. And let's take a look. Average wind, so we're gonna do positive 45. Okay. Okay, and go performance. Flaps 1 and 149, 149, 150. Okay.
Casablanca, Helen, Arabia Mark 386 Kilo Tango for gate Elko 9.
Arabia Mark 386 Kilo, Head 5 ground, very good evening. Taxi straight ahead, Mike to gate Echo 9.
Taxi straight ahead, Mike for Echo 9, Arabia Mark 386 Kilo.
Alright, 1017 indeed. So we got that taken care of. Okay, so on top of that, we're going to go ahead and put in our squawk for today, which is 6456. Okay. And our initial altitude is 5,000 feet. Let's put that in. And on top of that, let's go ahead and start the APU. Let's get this APU going. Let's take a look outside, see if there's anybody in the vicinity. It's a little quiet at Casablanca today, but that's alright. We got a couple aircraft. Man, when is it gonna board our passengers? This is boarding passengers now. I don't know if I believe it.
Passengers boarding started.
Alright, so the APU's avail. We'll see if it, we just gotta wait to
The
board.
86 kilo, 386 kilo seems like Echo 9 is now occupied. You can take stand Echo 8 or any stance to your right.
Okay, I'll take Echo 8, thanks. I'll be marked 386 kilo.
Speedbird 4811, you can contact departure 119.9 for taxi. Bye bye.
Alright, so we're boarding, and we're almost halfway there. Let me open this. Oh yeah, the jetway didn't want to connect. But hey, look, we got that Air Arabia plane in the distance. That's kind of cool. Let's take a look at that. Yes! And I think there's an Air Iberia over there as well. Very nice. And ground is offline now. That's great. Love to see that. Actually, no, I don't love to see that. I missed that guy. Okay. So because of that, now approach is above us. 119.9er. He's the only guy who can tell us what to do. Okay. We're almost fully boarded. Almost there. Even though you can't see the people because it's glitching, but that's fine. Alright, come on.
Ramak 982 radio check.
Ramak 982 radio 555.
APU bleed. Turn off external power, beacon lights on, strobe lights auto. Alright, so now we're going to prepare for pushback. See what's happening back here.
Scandinavian 25 kilo, contact Casa Radar on 126.5 Salama.
So we're going to be on our way to... We need to push back tail left.
Casablanca approach, Walker 3677.
Walker 3677, Mohammed Khamis approach, pass your message.
Mine USB disconnected from my controller. I am waiting to get it reconnected. For this time, a request to wait for the controller to connect again, and then we can land over 355. I'm very sorry.
Walker 3677, that's no worries. You can report when your controller is back.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah, baby!
Scandinavian 25 kilo, contact Casa Radar on 126.5 Salama.
Tail left.
Alpine 1763, welcome to Rabat, taxi to stand Echo 5 via Papa and Quebec.
Okay, we're starting up our engines and we're pulling back. Let's go. Hopefully we don't run into anybody. I don't see anybody behind me, but
Aircraft 35 Delta,
see if
welcome
we
to
can get
Casablanca.
close to that engine that's starting up.
Charlie 1 via my crossline.
Oh, listen to that thing. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. I love it. Okay. Engine 2 should be available in just a moment. Okay.
Air France 35 Delta, could you please repeat?
Engine 2 is available.
Air France 35 Delta, of course. Taxi stand Charlie 1 via Mike.
Okay. Okay, confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Alright, so obviously it wants us, approach wants to talk to us. Casablanca departure, Speedbird 4811 is ready for taxi.
Speedbird 4811, taxi holding point 235 right via Papa, Tango, hold short Sierra 1.
Taxi to the holding point for runway 35 right via Papa, Tango, holding point Sierra 1 for Speedbird 4811. Okay, so as you can see, engine 1 is also available. We're going to put the switch back to middle. We're going to turn off APU. Going to turn off APU bleed. We're going to turn off the master APU because we don't need them. And we're going to arm speed brakes and flaps 2. Come on. And turn on a runway turn off lights, turn on taxi lights. Okay, so let me make sure I have that instruction right. Papa Tango.
Air France 34 Delta, taxi stand Charlie 4.
Okay, Papa Tango, here we go.
Walker 3677, radio check.
Let's get moving.
Walker 3677, radio 555.
Walker 3677, we are, let's see, 13 miles out for runway 25 left.
Walker 3677, roger, surface wind 350 degrees, 12 knots on a 35 left, clear to land.
35 left, clear to land, thank you very much.
Okay, Tango would be this right turn, or Papa is this right turn.
Royal America 982, you're clear to Lisbon. Lacking 1 Delta departure, climb initially flight level 50, squawk 6416.
Okay, let me move my camera a little bit.
Clear to Lisbon, Lacking 1 Delta departure, initially climb altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 6416, Royal America 982.
Royal America 982, read back correct, reports and ready for push and start.
Roger, we'll call for setup Royal America 982.
Alright, we're on Tango now. Papa Tango, and we're going to hold at Sierra 1. I just have to find out where Sierra 1 is. Yep, okay. This is where I thought it was. Alright guys, we're on our way to, we're taxiing to our runway. Exciting stuff. I'm going to back off the engines just a little bit. Okay. Well, we're going to go all the way down to Sierra 1, which is the holding point at the very end of the runway. So we're going all the way to going all the way out back, and that's a good thing because it gives us as much runway as possible to get this thing off the ground.
Mach 982 squawk 6416.
6416,
Okay. So in the meantime, let's do a couple things to prepare for takeoff. Okay. And we're getting really close to where we're going
Start
to.
up, Brian. Ramrock 92.
Royal Mach 982 contact Mohammed Khamis ground on 130.6 مع السلامة.
1306 مع السلامة. 92.
Speedbird 411, surface wind 350 degrees, 120 runway 35 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 35 right, clear for takeoff. Speedbird 4811. Okay.
All station except the Speedbird contact Mohammed Khamis ground on 130.6 مع السلامة.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to get lined up on the center line. It's a little cloudy over Morocco today. And we're going to raise our engines to about 40%. Toga. Have liftoff. Landing gear up, positive rate of climb. Okay, lever climb is flashing. We're going to reduce to climb.
Speedbird 4811, you're identified passing 1,700 feet. Continue climb path level 150, clear direct hold.
Continue climb to flight level 150, Speedbird 4811. Okay, well this guy was really friendly. He was able to just go ahead and give us a higher clearance right off the bat. It's very nice of him. Quite a gentleman.
Aircraft 35 Delta, pass your message.
Ooh, man, it's a little stormy over Morocco today, actually.
Aircraft 35 Delta. Aircraft 35 Delta, contact ground on 130.6.
Let me take a look at a couple other things. I think I can turn these lights off, and we can disarm spoilers at the moment. Me and Eli Manning are just chilling up here over Casablanca, and because of the very, very low transition altitude, we're actually going to switch over to standard. And let's take a look outside. Oh, Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never, ever, ever shall be slaves. Nothing like flying British Airways over Morocco. I had no idea that I actually have really cool sunglasses in the cockpit. No one told me this. Where's my sunglasses? Okay, enough of that. Anyway, yep, so as you can see, you can sort of see the Atlas Mountains way back in the background, since we are in Morocco, and it's a beautiful location. Okay. Well, yeah, we are going right into that cloud.
Speedbridge 4811, contact Casa Radar on 126.5 مع السلامة.
Contact radar on 136.56. Sorry if I got that frequency wrong. Speedbird 4811.
And Speedbridge 4811, correction, it's just frozen, so monitor Unicom on 122.8, no worries.
Oh, sorry. Monitor Unicom on 122.8. Thank you so much. Speedbird 4811.
Thank you for flying.
Thank you. Okay, so he wants us on Unicom, which is great, because I'm able to take a drink of water now. So, very nice. Okay, well, I'm going to, let's see. Oh, I guess I can probably turn our landing lights off because we're over 10,000 feet at this point. Just go ahead and retract those lights. I don't need them at the moment. Alright, if you switch this over to Unicom, then I believe we can go ahead and head up to our cruise altitude of 38,000. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and start doing that. For those of you watching, just a bit of detail. Out in the distance you can actually see the coast of Morocco. Pretty soon we're going to be coming up on the Strait of Gibraltar, where Spain and Morocco meet, or almost meet technically, and you'll see that kind of off to the right. And then we're going to be on our way into Madrid. We're going to fly over the city of Seville. We're going to be flying over the region of Spain in the south, and I believe it's known as Andalusia, and we're going to be landing in Madrid. Really excited for that. Should be landing in about I think about 45 minutes. Thanks for flying British Airways. Okay guys, so we've reached our cruise altitude. I'm going to go ahead and check in with Eli Manning here. It looks like everything's going okay. In just a moment, we're going to be passing the Strait of Gibraltar. So if you want to see it, it should be off to our right. I'm going to try to point the camera at the strait so that way we can get a good view of it. And as you know, this is exactly where Europe and Africa meet. Very significant piece of land and sea, so I'm going to try to capture it if I can. Should be, if you're looking for it, I believe it's right about there. And we're going to get a little bit closer before this is over, so check it out. So if you're watching and you want to see the Strait of Gibraltar, I believe it is right over here. We should get a little bit closer to get a little better view in just a moment. This is the exact place where Europe and Africa meet. The gateway to the Mediterranean Sea. There it is, guys. Strait of Gibraltar right up here. Incredible. We are now crossing from Africa into Europe. Welcome to Spain, ladies and gentlemen. Go inside the cockpit really quick, take a look at things. Let's take a look outside the window. Beautiful view of southern Spain right down there. still waiting on an update from Phoenix so we can get our passengers back, but it'll happen. Alright guys, so we're about 170 miles away from the airport. Should be arriving in about 30 minutes. And just giving you an update because we're not that far from Madrid. Alright guys, so we're on the approach pattern. We're actually on the Sotuk 4 Charlie approach for Madrid. We're going to be landing in just a moment here. As you can see, the geography around Madrid is gorgeous. Should be landing in about 20 minutes. Okay, just a couple housekeeping things here. Let's take a look at our spoilers. Okay, they're good. Alright guys, we're getting pretty close. Because we're getting around 10,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Set auto brakes to medium, and well, we would disarm spoilers, but we need the speed brakes in order to lose altitude quick enough. Alright guys, we're about 15 minutes from landing, maybe 10 minutes. Gonna arm speed brakes. We're only about 30 miles away from the airport, so we're gonna get there really quick. Alright, let's go ahead and get a little lower. Alright, here we go, guys. Man, Madrid is gorgeous. Spain is always pretty to fly over. Alright, we're gonna get down to about 5,000. Madrid traffic, Speedbird 4811 is about 10 miles out from establishing on the ILS for runway 32 right. Madrid traffic. Alright, we're going to turn the localizer on. Go ahead and go into our, let's see, activate approach phase. I'm gonna slow this plane down a little bit. Okay, flaps 1. This is where the fun begins. Alright, we're gonna get a little bit lower here. Okay. We're about 5 minutes from landing, guys. I believe we're gonna vacate. Well, let's see. Yeah, I believe we're gonna vacate left. Okay, I forgot that Madrid has actually got a little bit of elevation to it, so we're gonna go ahead and do something dangerous right now, and we're going to disconnect autopilot. Wish me luck, guys. Landing gear down. Go ahead and turn on runway turn off lights and taxi lights. Madrid traffic, speedbird 4811 is established on the ILS for runway 32 right, 9 nautical miles out. Okay. We're just gonna follow our instruments all the way down. We're on an ILS, so it's a little bit simpler than if we were doing RNAV. Or I say simpler, it's just a little bit easier than if we were doing RNAV.
Speed. 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 1,000.
Alright guys, here we go.
Speed. Speed. 500. Speed. 100. 50. 30. 20. Retard.
Guys, we're gonna vacate left. Welcome to Madrid. Alright guys, we're gonna get a gate. Let's see. Okay, let's do a couple things here. Laps back up to 0. Set speed brakes. Start the APU. Okay, alright, here we go. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, APU's avail. APU bleed on. I'm gonna turn off both of our engines. First of all, let's make sure throttle's on 0. Turn off both engines. Okay. Okay. Evidently, GSX doesn't recognize this gate. That's fine. Let me see if I can find it in the directory. Okay, well, GSX apparently does not recognize this gate, which is totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this flight, but I hope you guys have had a good time watching. And